I have one question before we take three regular questions. Dr. Bergman, I was in the back coordinating a few things, and you were mentioning in a glass of seawater, there are how many viruses?
A lot. I don't remember the number I used, but a lot.
15
million?
Yes, millions.
Yeah, millions.
And you mentioned, would you take a moment and go over that again? You mentioned that it solves the sewer problem in the sea. Would you abbreviate that for us?
Viruses support the so-called bottom feeders and filter feeders. That's the main, and they primarily through filtering reduce a lot of the waste in the sea and therefore reduce it so the animals can live. You can't live in a bunch of excretion. The Bible uses the word, what, dung? You can't live in a pile of dung. So therefore it has to be cleaned out. Now there are other mechanisms as well that clean out the dung in the seawater. One of them is movement, the wind. So you have to have ocean currents, you have to have wind, etc., for the sea to do what it does. Without movement, you don't have a problem. What causes movement? The moon, the tides, all these systems are designed to move the water around so we don't end up with large pockets of dung. And so therefore the sea has to be, the oceans and the sea and all bodies of water that are larger have to be designed so that movement occurs to clean it out. So it's like your kidney. Basically the sea has a built-in kidney system, which would be the wind, the oceans, the movement, the currents. There's currents. In fact, the creationists discovered the currents, the undersea currents, etc. So you can just see all over how well the world, the earth, the oceans, etc. are designed.
Absolutely. And specifically, how do viruses aid those bottom dwellers in breaking that refuse apart?
Well, there's a source of DNA. There's a source of nucleic acids, and they're also a source of protein, and so they're basically a complete diet for the bottom level of the sea world.
I've just learned something. Did you learn anything? That's absolutely awesome.